The greatest version of you is not the I can do anything version of you. The greatest version of you is the disciplined version of you. The greatest version of you is the version that has parameters. No, I don't do that. I don't drink that. I don't go there with these people. I'm focused. I have a prize that's in front of me. I know what I'm supposed to do, and that ain't it. I have to stay right here.
Welcome to the Drop the Mic platform with the OG Black Juice, platform number 4, podcast number 4. Happy to see you, fam. Yet another day. We're still here, still pumped out. We're still making it happen. You know what I'm saying? We're still grown folks having grown conversations, coming up with grown solutions. And today's topic I want to get on is staying focused. You know, I have issues with staying focused. Sometimes I let a lot of distractions take me away from where my intended target is, or where my intended place is, or where my intended destiny is. And I allow myself to get thrown off, you know what I'm saying, and out of focus, you know what I'm saying? And maybe you might have the same topic. See, I'm really working on myself every day. You dig what I'm saying? I'm a work in progress. Just like you all work in progress, just like that's the reason why we're here right now, because we all are works in progress. You know what I'm saying? And like I said about that focus deal, man, sometimes I want to go and do things, you know, have a lot of big dreams, a lot of big aspirations and stuff like that. But as long as I don't stay focused, I never accomplish anything. I'm just always there. I'm never staying the course. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes you have to be intentional with your focus. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you have to be intentional with everything you do. Don't let nothing be like, just something that happens. Be intentional. You know what I'm saying? If you're trying to get to a certain job, be intentional. You know what I'm saying? Be in those places where those people are that you could communicate and network with. If you're trying to get to a certain person, a certain relationship, you know what I'm saying? Go to where those people are. If you want high value people or high quality people, go to gyms within business districts and stuff like that. Be intentional. You know what I'm saying? That's what I mean about staying focused. You know what I'm saying? And being intentional. First off, what I want to come to you and let you know is I am not the know it of all. You know what I'm saying? So every day that I'm coming in front of your family, it's always it's a building process between you and I. You know what I'm saying? We come together, we put a problem on the table and we dissect it and we learn from it. You know what I'm saying? And spiritually, you know what I'm saying, it has a lot to do with it. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes I have to see certain things over myself in order to keep myself focused, to remember that I am who I am, and I am who I say that I am, and I am on the course that I say that I'm on, and I am focused. Sometimes I have to constantly speak to my situations. You know what I'm saying? And I mean, that comes with practice. You know what I'm saying? It's not going to ever happen overnight. Sometimes you have to practice. You have to practice on being intentional. You have to practice on being focused. You know what I'm saying? And me, myself, like I said, I have a lot of distractions. And sometimes it's not the enemy. Sometimes I am the enemy. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I might see something that, I want to do. Like, say, for instance, I want to do this podcast, right? It took me so long to come before this camera and speak to y'all because I've been wanting to do this podcast. I've been had an idea to do this podcast, but I always allow something to get in the way and put roadblocks in front of myself. Like, I can't do it because I don't have the camera work, or I can't do it because I don't have the vision, or I can't do it because I don't have the time. And a lot of times I put the blocks in front of myself. See, I'm my biggest enemy. It's not the enemy. It's me. It's the enemy. You dig what I'm saying? And sometimes I have to deal with that part of myself because you can get lost in that, the devil heard this and the devil has nothing to do with you and I. We all have a will, and we all have a will and a decision that we can make either to go left or go right. And sometimes we choose to go the wrong way. But as long as you remain on your path, as long as you remain with your mind set on your focus, nothing will ever change. You know what I'm saying? You'll continue to keep doing what you do. Sometimes I come with myself and I say affirmations over myself. These are my I ams, Sometimes I say I am an overcomer. Sometimes I say I am above and not beneath. Sometimes I say that I am the head, not the tail. Sometimes I say that I am the heir of the promises of Abraham. I am, not I want to be, but I am. These are things that I tell to myself to continue to keep myself focused. And when I speak on certain things, like, say, for instance, I want to go somewhere in my life, sometimes when I speak on these things, I speak as though they are already in existence, as though I've already done it. You know what I'm saying? I've already made this happen. I might drive in my little hoopty, but I'm driving it like it's a Benz. And in my mind, it's a Benz. And I wash it like it's a Benz. And I clean it like it's a Benz. And I even call it a Benz. You know what I'm saying? For long, you know, I'll start working toward getting the Benz because my mind I'm wiring my mind. See, it's all about also wiring your mind. You have to constantly keep telling yourself things. You know what I'm saying? They say that a habit is broken in 30 days with a new habit. So for 30 days, you have to continue to keep on doing one thing to break one habit, start a good habit or a new habit or another habit or whatever the case may be. So that's what I mean. Our minds are wired in a certain shape, form, or fashion. So we have to speak to our minds and constantly keep telling our minds that we want to change. We're already doing the thing that we say that we're doing. Like with this podcast, a lot of the times I sat in front of the mirror and just spoke to myself. You know what I'm saying? Wasn't no audience, wasn't no you and I, wasn't no family, wasn't no none of that. It was just me speaking to me. You understand what I'm saying? And even with right now, it's just me speaking to me. I'm not the Lord of all, and I'm not the Savior of all. But what I can do is I can put it on the table, and I can say, let's dissect it. Let's get into it. And that's the only way that we can stay focused. We have to come together and be with like-minded people. You understand? Sometimes you have to take away from the people that, you know, wants to party, wants to have the good time and, you know, these different things like that because they're not pouring into you. You need people that's going to pour into you positiveness. You know, people that's going to pour into you aspirations. People that's going to pour into you good things, you know, good traits. You know what I'm saying? Going to give you attaboys and good direction and, you know, a boost, you know what I'm saying? Because sometimes we could be around the wrong people because if you want to fly and soar like an eagle, then you can't hang around the pigeons. You know what I'm saying? You got to hang around the eagles. And that's what I mean by saying, you know, being intentional. You know what I'm saying? If the eagles are here, then I need to be there. You know what I'm saying? I can't be here because these are not the people that I want to be dealing with. You know what I'm saying? Not to say that nothing's wrong with those people. They're living where they're at, but I have bigger goals. I've set bigger boundaries for myself. If not even boundaries, I've set bigger planes for myself that I want to go to. You know what I'm saying? So I have to be around those people with like minds. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I come to do as far as this focus thing. You know what I'm saying? I want to take and do some exercise. You know, for the next week, you know what I'm saying? When we wake up in the morning, I want you to put those I ams on yourself. I want you to tell yourself that I am an overcomer. I want you to tell yourself that I am the head and not the tail. I want you to tell yourself that I am above and I'm not beneath. I want you to tell yourself that I am an heir to the promises of Abraham. I want you to tell yourself that I am covered in the blood of Jesus. I want you to tell yourself that I am, and continue to tell yourself that you are and eventually you will be. You understand what I'm saying? But you have to constantly feed your ego. You have to constantly, not your ego, your spirit man. You have to constantly feed your spirit man. Because sometimes you ever got in a situation where, you know, you went into a situation or went into a place and you heard a small voice, silent voice, a small steel voice in the back of your head. And it was telling you, you know, such and such, you need to do this or such and such. Watch out for that person, such and such. That's your spirit man. But it's so quiet that you haven't fed him. You know, it's time to start feeding your spirit man. And once you start feeding your spirit man, you come into a relationship with your spirit man. He gets louder and louder, and eventually he takes over your life, and eventually you walk in your purpose, and eventually you have your focus that you need. You understand what I'm saying? Because like I say, every now and again, we have to put our minds, keep our minds set toward the goal. You know what I'm saying? We have to keep our minds set toward the mark because we could lose track real easy. See, my enemy, which is me, has a habit of seeing certain things. Like, say, for instance, if I'm trying to stay focused on what I'm trying to stay focused on, and I'm walking down the street and I see a big fine, you know, whoop-de-whoop, and I just happen to turn around and look at that ass or whatever, you know what I'm saying? That's a key right there. That's something that could throw him off. And before you know it, I start attracting that type of deal. And I began to get thrown off. You ever been in a relationship, right? I'm talking about a relationship is going totally fine. Beautiful, you know what I'm saying? Somebody who is your person. Y'all all locked in, connected. You eat together, you pray together, you sleep together, you dream together. You all that together. And then all of a sudden, you get approached by somebody who's like the person of your dreams. You know, the person that you thought that you could never live without or that you would never meet or that would never come into your life. And all of a sudden, they came into your life. You know what I'm saying? And you're like, where did that come from? It came from the inner you. It came from your attraction, the law of attraction. You attracted that. And it made you to the point where it was a distraction. It could have been a distraction. It could take you away from the promises.
One of the signs of spiritual maturity is to be able to focus while distractions are there. God is not removing distractions. He's putting it on you to be empowered to stay focused on what the thing is he's calling you to do. And so many of us are believing for God to do a magic trick, abracadabra, take them away, take it away. Maybe I can move. Maybe I'll get a new job. And God is saying, this is not my formula anywhere in the Bible. I don't ever change the whole scenario for then you to focus. He said, I'm asking you right now to put your eyes on me. Look at Peter. He literally is able to do what no other human being recorded is able to do, which is walk on water when he was focused. What may you be forfeiting right now because you continue to look around? You could walk on what others drown in if you would stay focused. Oh my goodness. Everybody else is drowning in debt, drowning in frustration, drowning in confusion. And God said, keep your eyes on me, keep your eyes on me. Keep reading the word, keep praying, keep listening, and you like, but Shantae and them going out this week. And God is coming to say, you're not focused yet.
You understand? Life or the promises of good relationship and things like that, because you've allowed the distractions to get louder. But like I said, that still voice inside of your head will tell you that that's not the route. That's not the way to go. It has been so many times that I've been in situations and that still voice has pulled me out of those situations. I knew it by the grace of God. You understand what I'm saying? That I was allowed to come up out of those situations. You know what I'm saying? It's only by his grace and his mercy that helped me out with that one. But I knew that I could listen to my still voice because I still had my spirit, man. See, I'm a very spiritual brother. And I know that a lot of my family, I know a lot of you all are spiritual people also. And I know that when we talk, we build amongst each other. I know where we coming from. It's bigger than this screen right here. That's why I said we turn the TV off and we build right here. You know what I'm saying? It's bigger than all of that. You know what I'm saying? This is what we are. We are right here with each other. And sometimes we just have to just be still and allow God to speak and allow our spirit man to speak and get us and guide us, because it's not that hard. You know what I'm saying? But the more that we feed that, the louder that gets. The more that we feed this carnal man, the louder that gets. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like nowadays that, you know, with the things that I'm trying to accomplish in my lifetime, I don't have no time to be playing with the carnal man. You know what I'm saying? Because it could get me in all kind of trouble. It has gotten me in all kind of trouble. It has made me turn in so many different ways that I didn't want to turn and end up in situations that I didn't want to end up in. If all I would have did was just put a foot in front of foot and took a step in front of step, then I would be in a better situation. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I say, you know, focus is definitely a key. And like I said, we have to be intentional, not by mistake. You know what I'm saying? It has to be intentional. You know what I'm saying? If I want to meet somebody, or if I want to have a relationship with somebody, or if I want to have a friendship with somebody, or a business relationship with somebody, something like that, I have to intentionally seek that person out. You know what I'm saying? I have to let that person know that I'm interested in the situation, that I'm interested in the friendship or whatever the case may be. But I have to be intentional. And today that I'm telling you that once you learn how to stay focused, once you learn about this intentionalness, you know what I'm saying? It gets easier. Life gets easier. You know what I'm saying? We began to start making better choices and better decisions. We stop having knuckleheads in our lives, and we stop having fools in our lives, and we start having better people in our lives. We start soaring with the eagles instead of flying with the pigeons. You know what I'm saying? We start running with the bulls instead of running with the chickens. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, like I said, once we get our mind set on where we are, you know, it's not hard, you know what I'm saying? Because like I said, for me personally, I have been thrown so many different ways. It's like Jesus spoke to Peter and said, the devil wishes to sift you like wheat. Sifting you means throw you in the air like wheat and then separate you from the husk. You know what I'm saying? It just throw you and separate you. You know what I'm saying? I've been thrown in the air, separated and split and thrown so many different directions that I've gotten to a point in my life that I'm tired of being thrown in different ways, and I'm tired of being led astray. And I'm tired of these situations like that. I'm tired of living like that. You know, and I want to live a better life. I want to live a more productive life. You know, I want to give something to the world instead of always receiving. You know, the hardest thing in the world is you're constantly pouring into people and no one's there to pour into you. You know, when it's time for you to get fed, or when it's time for you to get, somebody giving you some positiveness, there's no one to give it to you. You know what I'm saying? So you have to look into the enemy and learn how to encourage yourself. You know what I'm saying? I mean, encourage yourself. You dig? And it's not a hard task. Sometimes it may seem like it's difficult, but once you start giving affirmations to yourself, once you start speaking life in your life, speaking life over your life and over your existence, then things get a whole lot easier. You know what I'm saying? Because like I said, it's so very easy to get thrown off. You know what I'm saying? Maybe you have a dream or something that you want to do or something that you want to do in your life, and, you just can't get the first step started. The only way you can get the first step started is to start the first step. You got to do it because it's not going to happen the kind of way. That's why I'm throwing this word around, intentional. Be intentional with what you're trying to do. If you're trying to start a business, be intentional and start the business. At least start the research. Faith without works is dead. So if you got all this faith, but you're not doing no kind of work, you ain't going nowhere. You know what I'm saying? Be intentional. You know what I'm saying? Focus your mind on what you're trying to do and just do it. You know what I'm saying? Aren't you tired of feeling like you're empty inside and like you're not living to your full potential? Aren't you tired of feeling like you're not walking in your purpose? Aren't you tired of these different things? Well, now it's just time for us to just lock down, right? Lock down, right? Get our mind set on what it is that we need to get our mind set on, right? Learn what it is that we need to learn about the situation. Do our research on whatever it is that we're trying to do and just do it. You know what I'm saying? Instead of waiting on somebody to do it for us because it'll never happen, or waiting for that opportunity to come knocking on your door because it'll never happen. The only way it's going to happen is if you get up off your ass and do it yourself. You know what I'm saying? And I'm a firm believer that today is the day that God is calling us to do what we need to do. As a family, as soldiers, as believers, today is the day that God is calling us to do what we need to do. You know what I'm saying? And stay focused and stay the course, because it's not that hard. You know, the hardest thing about this whole situation is us getting out of our own way. You know what I'm saying? Because I've been in my own way so many times in my life. Lord knows I've blocked myself from so many different blessings. But see, I'm a child of God. And since I'm a child of God, one of his children, he's always giving me another chance and another chance. And here's my chance to give back and pour into you like you pour into me. Your messages and in your comments, I mean, they're positive, you know what I'm saying? I mean, that's the food that I need, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, my riches ain't gonna come from real estate. My riches aren't gonna come from stocks and bonds and businesses and stuff like that. My riches are gonna come from investing in people. And that's what I do. I invest in people, and I'm investing in you all because you all are investing in me. Just taking the time out right now and hearing me out, it's an investment in me. You know what I'm saying? And I appreciate that. You know what I'm saying? And I will never let you down. You know what I'm saying? I plan on being here every week. Meet me here every week. I don't know about the same time. Might not be the same time, depending on the editing and depending on the situation, but I will be here every week. And we're going to talk about some things. And we're not going to miss out on nothing. You know what I'm saying? Because God is calling his complete people. It's time for his complete people to come up. You know what I'm saying? And when see the thing about the Lord that I serve, right? He wants his complete people to come before the rest of the people, so that the rest of the people can see the complete people and want to be complete themselves. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying all the way right. I'm not saying all the way saved. I'm not saying none of that, but I'm saying complete. Complete mean that you're striving toward the mark. Just strive toward the mark. You know what I'm saying? Let the world see some type of light. Because ain't no way you're supposed to go in somebody's church and be there every day, every week, so on and so forth. Even the church being there every day, every week, and they ain't putting light into the world. It's like Jesus walked past the mulberry bush and didn't see no leaves, and he cursed the bush because it's not growing leaves, it's not producing. It's just there. You know what I'm saying? It's supposed to stand for something, but it's not producing leaves. So we need to be producing leaves. You know what I'm saying? And the only way that we can do that is to remain focused, remain the course, keep your mind set on the goal. You understand what I'm saying? Know what it is that we need to do. You know what I'm saying? Every day put an affirmation over yourself. Every day say, I am an overcomer. I am the head and not the tail. I am above and not beneath. I am the heir of Abraham. I am the honor covered by the blood of Jesus. And before you know it, just start walking in the things that you're saying that you are. You know what I'm saying? And it'll be a beautiful thing. And people can see God in you. You know what I'm saying? Because that's all God wants to do. He wants to show himself inside of each and every one of us. You know what I'm saying? And I'm a firm believer of that. And I am definitely here with you. And like I said, I appreciate you, family. You know, I'm not here to try to act like I know it all, because I don't. So every time I'm speaking to you, I'm speaking to myself. I'm looking dead at this camera, and the only person I see is me. I don't see you. You don't see, you know what I'm saying? I see myself. So when I'm speaking to myself. I'm speaking to things in myself, or speaking into myself, the things that I know I need to go through another week. Because we just need to make it another week and meet up again and build again and make it another week. But I want you to go out today. After you get through from listening to this pod, I want you to go out today and I want you to intentionally do some good in this world. Intentionally go up on people and speak to them about some positiveness. Intentionally go up to them and tell them about how to stay focused and what they need to do. Intentionally tell them about how to put the I ams over their lives. Intentionally tell them how to put affirmations over themselves. Intentionally tell them to set goals. You need to do this intentionally, not by mistake. Make it by design. You understand what I'm saying? Make this by design. Make this that you know this is what you need to do and this is what you're doing. You know what I'm saying? Keep God first. You know what I'm saying? Whatever God looks like to you. So I'm not here to tell you what God is. I'm not here to argue about his facial features or none of that there, his color or what region he came from or none of that. It could be your higher power. You could be God. It could be my God, my holy God. You know what I'm saying? It could be whatever it want to be. But put God first. Let God be the guide in your life. You know what I'm saying? And from there, you start to move a little bit differently. You start to even look a little bit different. You start to even sound a little bit differently. People start to follow you a little bit more. People start to believe in you a little bit more. You know what I'm saying? Because you start to look credible. And it's a good thing to be able to have credit with you. You know what I'm saying? It's a good thing to be able to open your mouth and people see the wisdom in you and they can understand that that's coming from a good place. It's not coming from a bad place. You have no ill intentions. Everything that you're saying, you're trying to say to keep somebody focused because somebody needs to hear it. You know what I'm saying? This is your job. This is your job as believers. This is your job as soldiers. This is your job as my family. We got to go out in this world and we got to share some positiveness. You know what I'm saying? So like I said, we stay focused. We stay the course. You know what I'm saying? We stay intentional. We stay speaking admirations and we keep it moving. And we get together next week and we build again. You know what I'm saying? Whatever you want to build on, if you feel, hey, man, look, whatever you want to build on, this is our platform. You know what I'm saying? I want you to be part of my family. I don't want you to be part of my family. You are already a part of my family. So this is our platform. This is what we build on. And this is what we doing. We doing what we doing. You know what I'm saying? And eventually when we step out, we're going to step out as men, women of God. You know what I'm saying? Men, women on a mission. Men, women of substance, men, women of respect, of honor, with wisdom. You dig what I'm saying? Because we got to live this life, man. You know what I'm saying? And aren't you tired of feeling like you're empty inside? Because I've been so tired of feeling like I'm empty inside, lost inside, like I can't find my people. So I came on this podcast and I started this camera so that I could find my people. Because I know y'all out there and I know y'all exist. And I know y'all think like I think and I know y'all struggle like I struggle. You know what I'm saying? We on this thing together. You know what I'm saying? We're going to walk this thing out together. And it's going to be so blessed. It's going to be so blessed because we'll be a big old community. We can all get together. It's going to be a big old community. It's going to be a beautiful thing. And ain't nobody going to ever be able to take that away from us. So that's why we do what we do. That's why we get together. And that's why we pick up the mic. And that's why we say what we got to say. And that's why we drop the mic. Welcome to the Drop the Mic podcast. Welcome to the Drop the Mic family. Turn that TV off because that TV is bullshit. It's not going to do you no good. This is the real building place right here. This is where it starts at. Want to holler at my partner, Alex. I'm sorry. Andrew Folks. What's up, Andrew? What's up, baby? Didn't holler at your last podcast because it was like a lot of editing going on, but he's He's been instrumental in helping me out with my pie. I want to thank Tam. I want to thank all my family that's been, sending my rides. I want to thank my mother, Janet. I want to thank my Uncle Gary. I want to thank all of my family that's been instrumental in helping me put my pod out. You know what I'm saying? I want to thank my partners out and all of my partners in Baton Rouge that's been helping me put my pod out to reach different people. And I want to thank you, family. I want to thank you for being here today. I want to thank you for being right here and blessing me with your presence. And I appreciate you all. And like I said, we're going to drop this mic. We're going to keep it moving. We're going to keep on building. Turn that TV off. And I'm going to holler at y'all later. And that's how we're going to do this. Peace.